Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today on the website of French auction portal Informal, we're going to have a look at an auction by Pousse-Cornet. I've just learned how to pronounce that today, so hopefully that's kind of closer than the last time. This is an auction house that we've looked at before. They usually have a fair few auctions. Sometimes they have musical instruments. This is no exception. There's about 100 or so musical instruments starting on page 5 of this auction and then going on to the final page, page 7. So yeah, about 100 instruments or so. Looks like the buyer's premium is 20% on this auction, so that's what you pay on the final hammer price. Bear in mind this is a French auction, so if you're looking to bid on something and you're outside of France, then check all the terms and conditions, CITES restrictions, import, export, shipping, all of that fun stuff. This auction is finishing on the 26th of February, it's the 23rd today, so a few days left to go. Before we get going, just like to say if you do enjoy these videos, please consider liking, subscribing, turning on notifications, commenting, all of that kind of fun stuff. Right, so let's get on with it and see what we can find. Starting down at the bottom, we've got this Hohner recorder here. Probably don't need to look into it too much. We've got an infantry drum here with some drumsticks and stuff. Quite an interesting lot, I think, if you're interested in kind of militaria stuff. It's a quite nice looking one. Quite a few pictures as well, so that's good to see. So €20 on the current auction, apparently. Already one bid, 20 to 40s. Yes, no, that's interesting. We don't actually often see bids on the Informal stuff, but this seems to be a different kind of online auction, so that's quite curious. Anyway, moving on, we've got Pousse-Cornet there by Millereau. Another one here, another corner, few here. Let's have a look. This is a Cousineau in C1. Let's have a look at the pictures. 10 pictures. Wow, they're really going to town on the pictures here. 50 to 80 is the estimate. Yeah, definitely going into that. Let's have a look at that one that we missed, just in case there's anything interesting. This all looks like it's come from some kind of marching band. It has like, these are the music clips for the marching band, whatever those things are actually called, I forget. Interesting with its kind of original wooden case there, I presume. 40 to 60. Right, Trumpet here by Henri Selma, 100 to 150 there. Once again, looks like it's got a little kind of case, some other bits and pieces on it. These quite interesting sheet music there. Oh, ready to play for the marching band. Okay, we've got a mandolin, Luigi Vincentini, 20 to 40 euros. Pretty standard thing, nothing too crazy. Oh, we've got a violin with a Strad label. Looks like your standard thing, nothing too crazy. Another violin here, Strad label. Once again, we're not seeing anything too crazy. That's a 3/4 one, it looks like. And another violin here, another Strad label. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Here's one with a Mansi or Sui, whatever. Once again, it's kind of low end trade stuff here. This one has a label for Jean-Baptiste Chipot, 3 to 500 on that. This looks a bit better than the other stuff that we've seen. Here's some couple of bows here. One looks like it's got a stamp. Yeah, Paul JB Chipot. Kind of interesting. A couple of bows there. 2 to 300 there. Wow, look, the bids are already on to 1,830 euros there. So someone clearly sees something in those. Interesting heads on that. I don't think I've ever seen one of these auctions which is already online with loads of bids, so that's kind of new. Here they're saying a student violin here. 30 to 50 is the estimate. Yeah, looks like a very kind of low tier trade thing there with a few issues going on there. Another looks like a quarter size violin there. Not too bad. €140 bid already, really. Okay, that's a bit bizarre. Another student one here. Pretty much the same. Got a bow here. Stamped Nicolas Duché. I think it's Duché. Can't quite work it out. Don't know what on earth is going there. That's a pretty bizarre mechanism there. Got another violin with a Strad label. Once again, this looks like your standard kind of trade stuff. Suzuki violin here, quarter size. Not seeing anything too great. Violin bow there, signed Kunio Huri there. 300 bid. Okay. A few more bows here. This one's had a bit of a break there. Let's see. Okay, interesting. Silver button with a pin there. They've got quite a few images. Oh, it's got some kind of signature. Can't really. I'm sure I could probably work that out if it was flipped the other way, but interesting. Pernambuco. Signed Albert Morel. Okay. Nickel mounted there. Quite nice head on that. Okay. Yeah, a lot of bids on that. €20 bid on this. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Jazz guitar type thing. Paul Becher. See a lot of instruments with that label. Another violin bow here. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. Quite a few bows. Let's get another nickel mounted bow there. Nothing too mad. 2 bows here. Definitely quite a lot of bows in this auction. This looks like a cello bow almost. No, it says violin, but interesting head on it, eh? That's really quite interesting. 71 grams. I think this is a cello bow. I'm pretty almost certain it's a cello bow. It's kind of odd. 51 grams, yeah, without hair, makes sense. Okay. Another bow here. I'm sure some of these are probably interesting to someone. Let's see. I quite like these plain frogs. Quite interesting. Okay, a few more bows here. This one looks like a fairly oldish one. Needs a bit of TLC. Let's see what that looks like. 45 grams. Okay, interesting. Signed Pilote. Let's see this one. It's a taut stamp here. Okay. A few more bows, and then I think we're moving on to other instruments. That almost looks like a, that 55 grams must be a violin bow. Looks a bit like a cello bow there. A few more bows here. Violin bows. Okay, like kind of bone mounted open trench kind of ones, and a couple of sticks. Signed Shimro. Okay, €90. Someone's bid on that already. Okay, we've got a Neapolitan mandolin, Paolo Stradini and Figlio. Not the worst, but looks like it's had some nasty repairs, so nothing too exciting there. Kind of guitar here, Mauro. Yeah, it's nothing particularly good, sadly. This is a bit of a bizarre one. Guitar, romantic decoration. I don't think that this is original, but the headstock's quite interesting. But it's a pretty plain instrument. 60 to 80 euros, the estimate 60 at the moment. Seems probably about right. Folk guitar there, Takamine or Takamine, whatever it is. Let's get nothing too crazy there. Getting towards the end of this other page here, we've got a Suzuki mandolin. Looks in pretty good condition actually, to be fair. Flat back. Stag guitar, that's a pretty low end acoustic there. Got a interesting Surbaha. Okay. Interesting. Right, T-ho. Got one of these zither harp things. Here's a Hawaiian guitar, or some people seem to want to call them pineapple guitars for some reason. Another Paul Becher label. This one actually looks quite nice. 100 to 150 euros there, 100 euros bidding it so far. Kind of curious looking one. Yeah, this is actually quite a nice example, to be honest. Not against that. Romantic guitar here. 150 to 200, 170 bid. Let's get nothing particularly high end about that one. And we are on to the last page. Classical guitar there, Raimondo. Let's have a look at this. This is just a case, I think. There you go, just a case. It's one of these jazz guitars, Paternotte. Fairly simple, but probably going to be popular. 200 bid already. Got a Alhambra classical guitar there. We've got a cello with a Strad label. 150 to 200 there. Once again, doesn't look particularly high level. 150 bid. We've got a case, polycarbonate case there. 40 euros bid. And oh, we've got a really ancient cello case here. One of these wooden ones that you see. 30 euros. Got a double bass here. Don't think it's anything too crazy. 350 bid so far. Got an amp here. Czar amp, never heard of those before. An Ampli combo amplifier, Rocktron amp. Got another classical guitar here. Okay, here's a violin here that looks a bit interesting. That's a bit of a random last lot there. Let's have a look at this saxophone actually. Let's skip something here. 405 euros on this LeBlanc saxophone. That's quite interesting. Lots of pictures on this one. Okay. With its case, that's kind of curious. Right, let's just go to this vaguely interesting looking violin. Violin with a label Nicolas Lupeau. So 100 euros current bid, 100 to 200 is the estimate. Looks like some funny things going on with this and the varnish, etc. But it's certainly probably more interesting than anything else that was in the auction so far. But I don't think it is anything much more interesting than anything else, unfortunately. Oh, the bow is probably potentially more interesting. But yeah, there we have it. So this was the musical instrument part of the Pousse-Cornet auction. Obviously lots of other lots in it. It's full of toys and other things like that, but we're just having a look at the musical instrument part. In all honesty, nothing particularly great. A couple of maybe curious bows. Instruments not so exciting, to be honest. but you never know what you're going to find. Hawaiian guitar, it's pretty cool. It's always worth having a look because you never know what you might find. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.